We want to add and subtract rational expressions. In order to do that, we need to have a common denominator. As we can see, we have a denominator of 3, we have a denominator of 2x plus 1, and we have a denominator of 2x squared minus 5x minus 3. So what we want to do is we want to follow these steps to find the least common multiple for the denominators. So first thing is factor each polynomial completely. So the first one, that is in factored form already. So that's going to be equal to 2/3. The next fraction that we have there, that is going to be x over 2x plus 1. That is in factored form already. And then we have x plus 1 over, and then we have to factor that. So we have a 2x and an x, and then two numbers that multiply together to 3, but then they're going to have to add to -5. So -3, so 3 and 1, and we're going to have to add to -5 so we can make this one negative and this one positive, and then that will be the factored form. So we start on the left side here and see what we have. So on the left side denominator, one of the factors we have is a 3. The 3 is missing from both of those factors over there. So for this one, we're going to have to multiply by 3 over 3. And the same thing here, we're going to have to multiply by 3 over 3. And now all of the terms, all the fractions have a 3. 3, 3, 3 in the denominator. There's nothing else in the denominator here, so we go to the next one. We have 2x plus 1. We do have a 2x plus 1 here, so this one's all set. But we have to add a 2x plus 1 here. So in this one, we're going to have to multiply by 2x plus 1 over 2x plus 1. So now all have a 2x plus 1. This one doesn't have any more factors in it. And then we go to the last one. The only additional factor we have is the x minus 3. And neither one of these have x minus 3. So we're going to have to multiply these by x minus 3 as well. Same thing here. We have to multiply by x minus 3. And I'm going to have to put the minus sign back in because I wrote over it. It was right there. Now I have to move it to right there. So we have this all set up so that we're going to be able to have a common denominator. And that common denominator is going to be 3 times 2x plus 1 times x minus 3. That is going to be the denominator for every single fraction. And then we just have to figure out what the numerators are. So now we have to go ahead and we can multiply this through. And for the first one, we're just going to distribute the 2. So then we get 4x plus 2 times x minus 3. And then we're going to add that to, if we multiply the x times x minus 3, we get x squared minus 3x, and then we distribute the 3, so then we get 3x squared minus 9x. And that is over 3 times 2x plus 1 times x minus 3. And then we're going to add 3x plus 3 in the numerator, and the denominator is still going to be the same, 3 times 2x plus 1 times x minus 3. So we have that all set, and then we can distribute further. We have these two binomials that we can multiply together. And so 4x times x is 4x squared, and 2 times x is 2x, and 4x times negative 3 is negative 12x, so that becomes negative 10x. And 2 times negative 3 is negative 6, plus 3x squared minus 9x plus 3x plus 3. Oh, this is a minus sign. That should be a minus sign. So this is a minus 3x and this is a minus 3. Wrote this wrong sign down. And these are all over the same denominator, which is 3 times 2x plus 1 times x minus 3. And then we can finish combining like terms in the numerator. We have 2x squared terms, so that's going to get us to 7x squared. We have 1, 2, 3 x terms, so that's going to get us to minus 22x. And we have 1, 2 constant terms, so that's going to get us to minus 9. And that is going to be over the denominator, which is 3 times 2x plus 1 times x minus 3.